So I just want to get your take on this, Brooks, and maybe, we put this in a different segment.
Okay.
But I'm sure you've seen all the footage lately, or not the footage, but the coverage about what's his bucket? Tottenham striker that used to do match of the day. What's his name? Gary Lineker getting suspended from BBC Sports. Did you
Yeah.
see that?
Yeah. BT. Yeah.
Do you have any
BBC.
opinions about that, or is that too political for the show?
I mean, it's well, first of all, it's political. Second of all, people are like, stay in your lane. But what it all comes down to is it's 2023. Everything is political. And if almost like if it's not, you got to rethink. Like if you don't stand for something, then you really got to rethink,
Yeah.
your situation because so uh I mean, I'm with him. I'm with him. I'm with Ian Wright. I'm with Micah Richards. I'm with everyone that's standing up with him. First of all. Second of all, it's so weird that they decided to do this when it's not even, it was under his own Twitter handle, not related to the channel that he, hosts Match of the Day on. It was
Mm-hmm.
literally on Twitter, wasn't it? It wasn't even on live
Yeah,
air. It was
that was a
literally, let
tweet.
me
Yeah, it
just
was a
post
tweet.
this
Yeah.
tweet.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, I live in Spain now, but obviously I was raised in the US. And politics is one of the reasons that I got out of the US. And I just have to agree with him. It's I don't know how anyone could not agree with him. I mean, especially in this day and age when there's very few safe places to live right now, and he's calling a spade a spade. He's saying, "Look, like this is some sticky situation, and the lingo that you're using is very reminiscent of something that happened a long time ago that should have never happened." I'm glad that he stood up and called it out, and I think people are cowards for thinking any other way. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I
Now,
don't
what
have
about
much to
you?
add to that. No, I mean, there's not much to add. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, what he said. I mean, I agree with it. He's
yeah,
not wrong at all. I think it's was very unwise of BBC to suspend him and
yeah.
think that there would be any different outcome than, oh, like guy called spade a spade about human rights, which unfortunately human rights have now become political. So we're going to tell him he can't be on air because he's broken the agreement. But there's several people that are pundits or hosts or contributors to a bunch of different things on BBC who lean in the opposite direction, who share their opinions on Twitter, and we don't say anything
And they're
about them.
fine. Yeah,
And they're fine. World Cup in Qatar is political, and Gary Lineker's allowed to say all the bad stuff he wants about Qatar and
right.
their human rights issues, and it's not a problem. But now he says something about the UK, and we're drawing a line, and you can't be on the show. Like you thought all of his friends, whether they're his friend, I mean, they just all happen to. It's like a striker party. But
Yeah,
regardless, you think other professional athletes are going to allow you to tell him he can't be there, and they're just going to go along with it? Like you may have just ruined your entire sports arm of the BBC. Like they're like you might not have, like no one's going to do that. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm saying like a lot, so I just need to stop talking. But I think it was insane for them to do that. Obviously, I stand with all of Lineker and the lot, and
yeah,
I'm curious. Like I've been really following the story a lot because I'm just curious to see what the fallout will be. Like he's not like you can't tell him like he can't have an opinion. Like it's he's going to continue to have, he's always had an opinion, he's going to continue to have an opinion. And if you're going to like draw this line, it's like no one's going to work for you and the BBC is going to crumble, which for better or for worse, there's a lot of BBC shows that I like, and I would hate to see. I actually applied for the BBC at one point in life. Anyway, that's not important. The point is, yeah, Lineker right, BBC wrong.
yeah,
I'd like I'd like it if the BBC would apologize, formally apologize to Gary Lineker and welcome him back to Match of the Day. I don't watch Match of the Day, but I know a lot of people do, and I think it would be obviously the right thing to do. I hope they do the right thing.
yeah.
This is a
Same.
learning moment for them, and I don't think they're going to do the right thing, but we'll see. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all. I wanted to get that on the record. We're not a part of the sports media in that regard, but I feel like it's important that people know that we are with Gary Lineker, and if you're not, maybe you know, I don't know. Maybe this isn't the place for you. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, people are like, yo, like maybe like Gary Lineker and Ian Wright. They're like, oh yeah, we don't want to hear from them. Like that's like if you don't want to hear from them, that's one thing. But like, like we care about human rights here, so that's all.
Yeah, that's what it boils down
That's
to.
what it boils down to.
We
Exactly.
care about
Jinx.
human lives, human rights. It's a sad thing. I mean, yeah, I mean we don't have to talk about it much on the camera, but yeah, I'm with you. It sucks. I think that they do have an
Yeah.
apology, and I think that anyone that says sport is like not political or shouldn't be, like, come on, get out of here. Like,
Yeah.
it's
So
political
many
every single day, and
political.
it's been political
Yeah.
forever and ever and ever. So anyway.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for hanging out with us. It's another episode of the Brazil Football Podcast. We'll see you next week. Peace.